Welcome back. If you're indecisive like me, life can become overwhelming pretty quickly. Not knowing which path to take is not the best for productivity, but there are ways to work through it. Joining me right now with tips on what to do when you don't know what to do is podcast host, professor, author, Betsy Hayes. Hello and welcome.
Thank you. Happy to be here.
Oh, thank you. Well, I don't know where to start.
Well, let's see. Let's start with the scenario, right?
Okay.
The scenario. So often, we have so many decisions to make in life, right? And some of them are super easy, some of them not so much.
Right.
And sometimes we find ourselves in a couple of different scenarios. The first one is we have two distinct choices, both of which are probably fine, but we're not sure, right? So we're in this, the coach I work with calls this a miserable maybe, right?
Okay,
we could do this, we could do this, and so we're like, limbo land, right? Which is gross and uncomfortable, not fun, and bad for productivity. So one of the strategies you can do, if you've got two distinct choices, both of which are probably gonna be okay, you can flip a coin. Now, it's not what you think.
Okay.
Because yes, choice A will be on heads and choice B will be on tails. We're not gonna let the coin decide for us.
Okay.
But what we're gonna do is when it lands, we're gonna see how our body reacts. Because if it's the wrong choice, we're gonna be sad.
Right.
We're gonna be disappointed. We're gonna go, dang it, I really wanted it to be heads, or I really wanted it to be tails, and then we know. Or if when it lands, we're like, all right,
yes.
I knew it, or whatever, right? Because sometimes when we're in that space, we kind of maybe know, but we haven't really admitted it to ourselves where we want to go. And this way the coin can kind of help facilitate. So that's one of my favorites. Super easy. You're still granting the autonomy. You're not giving it to the coin.
Exactly.
But then you can really go on the right path.
I like that. That's fun to make it into a game.
Yes.
So it's not as stressful.
Exactly.
For sure. I feel like a lot of the times, sometimes it's hard to start something.
Yes.
Because you may be afraid that it's gonna fail. But why is that a bad mindset?
Well, it's a bad mindset because so what if you fail?
Period.
So what if you fail? We, as humans, we fail all the time. It is okay. And failing is much worse than staying in that miserable maybe.
Right.
Staying in that limbo, I'm not sure, should I do this? Because you could spend years in that space. You could think, oh, well, maybe I want to open a business, or maybe I want to get a dog, or whatever. And then 5 years later, you don't have a business or a dog. Right?
Exactly.
And both of those are bad, right?
Exactly.
Objectively, especially seeing little Daisy that we met earlier. So one of the things you can do is think about, okay, you can do this either really or in your head. You can just start down the path.
Okay.
So if it is a dog, please don't get a dog until you're entirely sure. But here's what you could do. You could go, okay, well, what would be my first step in getting a dog, right? And what would be my second step? What would be my third step? What would be my fourth step? And if you mentally sort of go through this process of going down the path, it's gonna become pretty clear what you should be doing. If all these steps sound good, even if it's a little scary, fear is okay, anxiety is okay, but if we're feeling like, okay, all right, I know where I'm gonna get the dog food, I know who's gonna watch the dog when I'm not home, I know where the dog's gonna sleep, right? All these things, then let's go get the dog.
Okay.
However, if the opposite is true, let's not get the dog, because again, it is a commitment, folks, it is a lifetime commitment. And then that is sometimes, a really fun thing. So you can start down the path either in your head or really just by taking the first step.
That's really where it starts.
Just take the first
By
step.
starting.
Don't worry about step 2. Don't worry about step 3. Don't worry about step 4. Because sometimes we don't even know what those steps are.
Right.
But we know what step 1 is.
Okay.
So let's take step 1, and then take step 2, and then take step 3. And pretty soon, 4, 5, and 6 will be in front of us. We'll be like, okay, we're halfway down the path.
And it will all fall into place.
Absolutely. If we're open to it, and if we're paying attention to all of the feelings that our bodies are telling us.
Okay, I love it. And where can we find out some more about you? I know that you have a podcast that we can watch.
I do. Yes. Yes, episode 123 drops tomorrow, which is so fun. So anywhere that you get your podcasts, also on YouTube, handled-ish, Productivity for the Imperfect, and of course on the KC24 CBS 47 Plus app that you can download from your smart TV.
My personal favorite.
Yes, of course.
Amazing. Well, thank you so much for joining me today.
Thank you very much.
Of course. And don't change that channel.